I would see. Should I even talk about it?
Yes.
I would see. I would see dead people.
Hi, welcome to another episode of another Latino with a podcast and the Latino with a podcast. Christian Henningsmayer. This is a new mascot, Papi, and today we're with Sarah Holcomb, and she have like many names because like Mad Hatter. Apparently, she's really known about for Mad Hatter, and the other is Peach Paradise.
Yeah.
Why those names? Like, this is my first question. Like, why those? I
Well,
like them both, but
yeah. I mean, I kind of picked. I picked Pitch Dark Paradise for Instagram just because I liked Lana Del Rey,
o-
and I was
okay.
like, I didn't want to use my like name. I wanted to just have a pseudonym or whatever. So,
But it's
uh,
working. This is working.
yeah. And then Mad Hatter because it started out.
I didn't. I expected it like because I like that. And it's like
No, there's a whole thing.
okay, wait. Because I have a soundboard. Like okay, you're gonna tell the story, but I have this now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so Alice in Wonderland is a thing like we all get lost in the rabbit holes, you know. But then at some point you realize that it's hell down there and you turn into the Mad Hatter. It's all madness. Yeah.
Do you feel it was sad?
Yeah, I love that.
I just put it today because I was like, in case,
Yeah.
case someone have a sad story, I'll just
That
hit
was
that button.
perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I believe you're right. Like everybody gets into madness, and
Mhm.
because of you, a lot of people are like. I'm pretty sure you have a lot of comments in your TikTok that is like, I cannot sleep right now.
Yeah. You know what? It's so funny that people say that because that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's in my brain. So if they were like actually in my mind, they would never, they literally would never
And they
sleep.
will in this podcast. So follow her, like watch her on here the whole episode. Like I'm like this is for a clip. If you wanna get into her brain, this is gonna be 1 hour of it.
It's scary.
No, I love it. Like
Okay.
okay, one of the question that I have is I love your TikToks. I love how you make your content. When did you find out that it's better to act yourself as like two different people that are asking itself themselves questions instead of just talking to the camera like, "Hey, the CIA put declassified these documents." Like, I believe I love them,
Mm.
but I just want to know at what moment you were like, instead of just talking to the camera, what if I'm talking to myself and myself is like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah. Well, first of all, I've been banned like 3 times,
Oh,
and
perfect. Yeah,
it's because I do talk so directly to the camera, and I get a little bit too real with it.
it's because of that.
Yeah. Instead of making it like more lighthearted, I feel like
Okay.
it's because I'm like, guys, this is what's happening, and blah 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 blah, and it's frightening.
Yeah, Tito is just telling the truth.
Yeah.
Shut her down. Like,
Yeah, a lot of the violations have been because it is amping up the public. Like they have specific verbiage in their community guidelines violations, but like making it so it's like scaring people.
do you have a website?
No, I should maybe.
Okay, yeah, like I'll talk to my sister. My sister does a website because I believe you should have like a space where you have a nice following, and I believe like me, like this is what I felt like. I enjoy a lot your content because a lot of that is like what I myself think by
Mm,
myself, but it's like
mm-hmm,
someone is saying it.
mm.
And I believe a lot of your content, a lot of people like relate. Like, yeah, like I've been thinking about that, but no one talks about it. I believe a lot of people talk about it, but TikTok is like, not anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you have your own website, no one can like silence you.
True. Yeah.
The government is like just a message like, hey, we're gonna shut down your website.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Stop
I mean,
that.
I probably should do something like that. People are saying that they would like subscribe to my Patreon if I got one, but I don't even know what the heck that it really is. I mean, I've heard about it, but I don't really know what it is, so maybe I should look into it.
I'll put my team of people. I don't have a team of people. But I put them to get you a Patreon, to get you and a website. I believe Patreon is it's like I believe it's like Instagram. You just open an account, you start putting your content, you just put the brackets of like, oh yeah, if you pay this membership, like you can see all these videos.
Oh,
I,
interesting.
I don't believe it that is that hard on Patreon.
Okay.
At least that's what I know. But
I'll look into it.
I again, like I did my research because I've been seeing your videos, and I was
Mm.
like, I'm gonna go through the rabbit hole. So first, I'm gonna talk about reincarnation because that's a topic like I do think like that happened. I do think like kids remember, but obviously they don't have the way to say it. And the most cases of like I believe these little guys, my grandpa is with
Mm.
kids.
Yeah.
Usually people don't remember like they lost it when they grow up. Like what is the crazy story you have had? You how you find it, and in your comments because your comments are also people like, hey,
Yeah. So I don't actually get too in depth on TikTok, but even like personally, I did a past life regression one time. Um and I was apparently in Chicago,
okay,
and it was before Chicago was built. So I was like Native American, and I would hype up the tribe. I was like some elder's daughter. So I wasn't like the chief's daughter or anything, but I was like, my dad was respected in the tribe.
okay,
And I would like hype up the
the
Native
masses.
Americans before they went to war, or before they went to battle. I'd be like, "We're gonna kick their ass. We're gonna blah blah blah." And it's so crazy because like I'm a big hype man in this life,
Okay.
like not just like on social media, but just with my friends and stuff like that. Like I hype up the masses, so it's just interesting that that energy transferred. It makes sense. So
Now, like the people who manage your soul is like, we have been putting her like 20 times just to take that of hyping up people
yeah.
from her soul. She keeps fucking doing it. Please stop.
Yeah, stop creating chaos, please.
It's like, did you? Your father was killed as a Native American. What are you doing? Like I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Like fight the government. The government's like she's doing it.
Yeah.
uh,
That's not something I would like say online, I don't think though, because like then it gets taken down for
yeah.
misinformation and like people start thinking that you're like a weird as hell and I don't know. So,
You define yourself as weird as hell.
well, definitely not basic. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, not maybe I look basic, but not in my brain.
What? You don't look basic.
I feel like if I kept my hair blonde, it would be I would be very
I
basic.
still don't think it's like.
Okay. It's not basic in the brain, is what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, give me a little bit of why you feel your brain is so weird and so weird connected.
Just because I'm always thinking of like deeper shit. Like, I'm always thinking of aliens. I'm always thinking of reincarnation. I'm always thinking about ghosts and spirit stuff. Even when I was little, like, everybody was reading the Babysitters Club like books, and I was in the paranormal section of the library, and my parents were like buying me Reader's Digest, paranormal
I thought you
editions.
were gonna see a Ouija board. Like, thank
No,
you, Dad.
oh no, they would never do that. But
Have you?
no. Oh, one time I made one.
That's worse.
Yeah, that's worse, actually.
Like I didn't have one, so I made my own.
Yeah, no. I was at Gettysburg actually on the battlefield.
Okay.
And I made one. And I was like, I need to talk to them. And it was nighttime. It was nighttime. And this is actually, yeah, this is worse.
Yeah,
This
it
is
is.
way worse.
Like I don't have one now, but
Yeah.
follow me so you can make your own Ouija
Yeah.
board.
Yeah, I was at a bed and breakfast and I just like found a piece of paper and like wrote out a Ouija board, and like I can't remember what I used for the little thing, but I was with an ex-boyfriend of mine and he was terrified. And we went on the battlefield and we kept asking them like what's your name? What's your name? And it kept going to the X. Like it kept moving to the X.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it did work.
It did. It just kept moving, and I was like, "You're moving it." He's like, "I am not moving it," and um, it just kept going to the X, and I was kind of frustrated. And then when I went home, I was telling one of my friends about it. Like, it kept going to the X, and she's like, "Well, that's how the enslaved people would write their name with an X,
Oh,
and you were asking it, 'What's your name?' and it was going to X."
and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I was like, Oh well, okay.
Ghost is like, I told you X, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, I know. Like,
I've said it many times.
what's your problem? Yeah. So that's what happened. Also, we took took a lot of pictures, and there were orbs everywhere. So
So you're really. Have you played there's a game called Phasmophobia. Have you played it?
what is it?
Phasmophobia. I believe you will love it.
Mm-mm.
It's a game that it's really fun. Like you get into a house and the objective of the game is know what kind of ghost it is. So you have like oh, this ghost does this, and you have like a lot of equipment to decipher the ghost. Like it's a really fun game, but
I
it's
should
not
look into it.
it's not super scary, but it's a little scary because the sound is like really involving. I have it. Like I'll let you play. But ghost stories like I was
This is good.
yeah, it's called Tinta de Verano.
Uh,
It's like wine, Sprite, and ice, and people is like you're damaging the wine. It's like shut the fuck up. I know what I'm doing. The people drink a lot this in Barcelona, in Spain when it's like super hot.
oh, I could see that. I definitely would drink this.
It's really good. But I was if you like paranormal activities, like I was followed by a poltergeist when I was a kid,
Really?
and I my mom take me to like a witch to spell it, and one of the dreams that I have always the same nightmare. It was like I wake up in a space that it was like a rectangle and rectangle, and there was like a house. Like here's the house, and I just always wake up like here, and I remember I woke up like already like agitated, and everything was dark. There was just one light in one of the rooms of the house and one light in the entrance of the house. And like I step up and start running to the house, like, and every time I was going to grab the doorknob, like a shadow just comes in and trying to eat me. So I start running. I was like 3, 4 years old. I start running, and at some point, like, and the shadow is following me. And at some point, always the shadow like stopped, like it was not following me, and I look at the ground and I have one shadow in front and one shadow behind. And I was like, well, the light is coming from there. So this is my shadow. And then when I turned to the other shadow, the shadow started like racing
Mm.
and I started running again. And the dream always end when I would try to hide in the bushes and the shadow was in the bushes and ate me.
Oh my god.
And I dreamed that like every day. I don't remember, but I feel it was like every day for like 2 months.
Holy shit.
And yeah, it was horrible. Like this this is gonna sound sad, so I'm gonna put the music.
Okay.
Um, for that period of time, like I keep waking up my mom, and like she couldn't sleep well because obviously like your kid having nightmares. I wake up screaming, and I start to every time I have this nightmare. Again, I was like 4 years. Just take my blanket, take my pillow, and go to the room and put the blanket and the pillow on the floor,
Mm.
and sleep on the floor so I don't wake them.
That's so sad.
It is. That's when I put the music. And my mom wake up and it's like, "What the fuck are you doing on
Yeah.
the floor?" It's like I dream it again. Like, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that was happening over and over, it's definitely like a spiritual attack, I think.
yeah, no. And my mom told me that when I was a kid, I do not remember it, but from time to time, like I just see it and start doing.
That's scary.
I do not
Your
remember.
mom is like,
My
no.
mom is like, I can make another one.
We're going to take you to somebody. Right.
Like, do you have any experiences like that apart from the ghosts in the battlefield that were like, I told you my name?
Yeah. Well, no, when I was little, a lot of stuff would happen. I would see things all the time.
Okay.
But I really, really wanted it to stop. And so around like 13, I prayed like a lot for it to stop, and then it just stopped. So that was good. Like it's never happened again.
What did you used to see?
I would see should I even talk about it?
Yes.
I would see dead people. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that see dead people.
Yeah, I would see dead people. I would see demons. I'm not scared of demons.
Me neither.
Yeah, they're not scary. It's, you know, I
I have a question.
yeah.
Keep going. No, keep going, but
Yeah.
I have a good question.
I kind of want to be taken to someone who needs an exorcist so I can try to
I can do it.
exercise them. Yeah, I think I could do
I'll talk
it.
to my people. We can arrange that. You have a whole team of people that can do anything.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
that will be
We'll
that.
find them.
That's the dream.
We'll find them.
Okay. The question is, what characters or what are your voices in your head?
My voice is. It's honestly just me, so that's great.
Mm.
But she's weird.
You have many yous, or it's just one you? It's just like an audio because I have a friend that she has like five. Her is herself, or it's like five different herself.
Only. I mean, I think it's kind of with regular with anybody when you get into like high stress situations. It's like, what do I do? Do I do the bad thing or do I do the right thing?
Yeah, the-
Sometimes I do ask. I'm like, if I really don't know what to do, I do ask like if there are guides, please tell me what to do, and they always tell me the right thing to do.
Shut the fuck up! I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Just get out. Just leave. And so, yeah.
Okay, what was the last paranormal activity like you had that you remember?
Um, the last paranormal activity, you know, something weird did happen in my apartment. Even though I don't still see things, something weird did happen one day that I just remember because I'm like, nah, I know I saw something because I'm sitting on my couch and I'm looking just towards my front door and I see this shadow that is like as tall as my ceiling, which my ceilings are like 10 feet tall. So I saw a shadow in the form of a person walk very quickly. It kind of went like that, like really
Okay.
quickly. And there's no window or anything that could have caused like a shadow or anything. So and I'm like on the fourth floor. So I don't know. It just like went really quickly down the hall.
When was that?
About a year,
Yesterday.
about a year ago.
Okay, because I have one like we're close to the pause, but I will say this and then we're going to the pause. I have my last one. I was like 14, 15, and like for a month, like I have the windows that open like this, so the shadows on on my wall were like lines,
Hmm.
and from a time like a shadow, a vertical shadow, just come like, and it was like just a vertical shadow. It didn't have a shape, but just come and goes. Sometimes stop in front of me, vibrate and keep going.
Oh,
Sometimes it feels like it was breathing, like it get like wider and closer. And I was living in a 12 story. So
yeah.
I look outside and it's like there's nothing that can be causing this. And the day stopped. It was because there was like a party in my house, and I brought a lot of people in the room, a lot of kids, because I was a kid. And I was like, okay, let's bring other kids. I was like, I promise you, this happened. It was not happening. I was like, let's wait. It happens. It's been happening all nights, and then nothing happened. But I mean, nothing show up. But we all heard something going like.
Oh.
And we fucking run out of the room. And obviously we were kids. Some kids started like crying, but then like my dad was in the living room. My mom and my mom is like, no, no, that was your dad. He just opened a soda. I was like, it's not the same sound.
Yeah.
Like a soda is like, psst. This was like,
Yeah.
like I know you're fucking lying, but you know what? Like I don't like whatever
Yeah.
you want. I just need to get over this. And from that moment, it didn't happen again.
That's awesome though. That
It was not at the moment.
well, you got rid of it. I mean, your poor mom though. She's like, what is happening to my child? Like,
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, and well, and now for after this the past, like I remember once I was sleeping facing the wall, and I heard like like here,
Oh hell no.
and it was like, you know when you wake up that it's like that. No, it was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was like, I'm not gonna turn for the next 4 minutes
Yeah.
because for some reason the time is important. So my I have a clock like right there. So I didn't want to turn and the time is like 3:33. So I was like, I'm gonna wait 4 minutes. 3:37, I can deal with that. 3:33, fuck that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, we're gonna do a spiritual session. We're gonna do a pause and we're gonna be back. And we are back. We just made a Ouija board. We are playing. There's a spirit in my house. Yay! They want me to pay rent. It's like no, they should be paying rent.
Yeah.
Do, what is your theory about why there's a ghost?
Hmm. Um,
I feel your voice in your head. Don't tell him.
Yeah, don't say
Don't do it.
100% of
No,
what you
say
think.
no, say 100% because I promise your TikTok followers they're gonna know your brain in this episode.
I think that ghosts are just information of the life that you lived. I don't think it's your soul. I
Okay.
think your soul and your spirit are totally different things. I think your soul reincarnates, and then the information of your life, which is just the spirit, considering the fact that the ghosts look like that person, they have memory of that life, like, and that's it. It's not all the lives that they've lived. So I think it's literally just a separate energy, and it stays around for whatever reason. It might have a grudge, it might be confused, whatever. But I think the soul is already gone.
Okay.
So,
So it's like reminiscence of information of someone.
mhm.
It's like when you delete a hard drive and there's like data still there, like it's like under like it's like coded. Like you feel it's like that. It's like
Mhm.
this is something that like I used to saw a lot of like Might Bust, not Might Buster, like ghost hunters or whatever like that, and they say there were like kind of spirits, the ones that interact with you and the ones that they just roam around and they keep doing the same like activities.
Mm.
They
Yeah, like residual
like
haunting.
residual haunting.
Mhm. I think that the ones that interact are still just spirits, like the information. I just think that there's different levels of it. Like sometimes they're very intelligent and sometimes it's just energy that stays around because you've been in an abandoned place or you've been in a school and you feel like there's a lot. If you're really sensitive to energy, you can feel that there's bustling
Yeah, in
energy
schools. Yeah.
around, but it's not that the ghosts of the kids are there. It's their energy that's just always been there that has stuck around.
Yeah, I saw a tweet that is like, the best you can hear is children laughing, unless you don't have children and it's 3 a.m. It's like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
don't want to
scary.
hear them laughing at the moment. Okay,
Mhm.
I really like the ghost topic, but I'm gonna move to the other topic, like because I had reincarnation. I read a lot about it, and then I went to astral projection,
Mm.
and that's the topic you were touching because you were like, the classified CIA document says that everybody can do it, and it's like that's not true. But I think I don't know. What do you think?
Um,
Have you did you try it?
I did not try it.
Okay, because I have the frequency. Like,
Yeah. No, I'd be scared to
the
leave my
rest of the
body.
episode starts like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
guys, it works. It's like the episode is 3 hours.
Oh my god, and we can't figure out how to get back into our bodies. We just switch bodies. And we're like, "Damn it."
I did see. I will be so much cuter, but I did see a movie. I don't remember the name, but this person showed this other person how to like astral project and then steal his body
Oh my god.
and then kill like the other but like her own body
Oh
because
wow.
it was I don't remember. I'll find out. But the story was because this person was in love with this guy and this was like the wife, and this
Mm.
person played like the best friend, and then she stole the body. Is
Wow.
wild.
Okay, you gotta let me know what that is.
I'll find it because I do not remember like because I have a method to watch series and I end up watching series that no one watch because I feel like Netflix HBO they put everything that is paying for marketing on top. Like, yeah, the top 10 series that are being watched in United States, and this is something that is like, this is not being watched.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's a lot of good series like Hidden, and so I have I'll tell you a method later, so I can find this. And through this method, I found this one. It was such a fucked up series, but it was good. It was really enjoyable. But apparently, that can happen. That
Oh my
if
god.
we both astral project that like, and we don't know how to control it, I can end up like going back into your body.
That's
That's
I mean,
super scary.
it is scary. I mean, you've seen Insidious, right? That movie?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That I feel like that's what it would look like. And that's terrifying. Like to be just around all these spirits that are like not knowing where they are and stuff and you're in their realm too. Like that's scary.
Okay, but would you try it? The astral projection, like
No, I wouldn't.
you're scared of it.
It's not that I'm scared, it's just that I'm aware that it's so real that I
Okay.
don't want and I don't know, I don't understand it fully. So I don't want to put myself at risk like that.
I want to try it, but I'm scared of not knowing how to go back.
Yeah.
That's what I'm scared of. It's like, okay, maybe I can do it, and it's like, okay, let's go back. It's like, I don't,
Yeah.
I didn't read this part. Like, I don't know how to go back.
I have a friend that could do it just very easily, like right before she went to sleep, like right before she was between like awake and asleep, she could astral project, and she would tell me like what I was doing that night.
Okay.
Cause she's like, oh yeah, I was in your room last night. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then she would tell me exactly what I was doing.
I was like, get out of my fucking room.
Yeah. And but she wasn't like a freak or
I'm
anything.
exactly. What's a cheat? Because if a guy tells you that, you're like, I'm gonna press charges.
Yeah.
I don't know how. But
Yeah.
hey, I was in your room or something. You're like, dude,
Yeah.
stop doing that shit.
Yeah, she was crazy, but I mean, she was like normal other than that. So it wasn't like so
It was fucking crazy. But other than that, that was
yeah.
super fine.
Yeah, so I actually believed her when she said it because it's not like this was her whole life, you know?
Do you have any skills, powers that you're like, oh, I have? Uh, you had that, like, you see a lot of ghost demons, but you feel you have like still like some skills that you're like, this is. I believe not all people can do this, feel this.
Yeah, I'm if I continuously meditate in a specific way, like I can clean my energy out and I just can move way easier through life. I don't know how to explain that, but like if I take the time, if I do like an hour or two of meditation in a day, not only do I get up and I've lost weight, which is weird as fuck. My clothes will be loose on me.
Okay.
But also like I feel like a lot of energy leaves my body and I'm more clear and then I just like know things and understand things.
So you think you can cleanse yourself easily?
Yeah, but it's not me that's doing it. I think it's like the type of meditation that I'm doing.
I want to know that because this is like I feel like this is my powers. I don't know if you have been in this position like you feel like you can do this, but some part of you is like, and I just have a good night's sleep. Like I'm just like making shit up.
Mm,
Like I feel like that sometimes. Like, but I feel like I can sense people's auras.
mm.
I can like sometimes like feel the color, which is something weird to say, but I can feel the color, and I'm super intuitive with people. Like I can read people fast. For example, yesterday I went out with someone, and after talking for like an hour, like I had this impression of her before, but after talking like after 1 hour or something like that, I was like, hey, this is what I feel like of who you are, and I said like five different things, and she was like, I keep seeing her face going like, what the fuck, like, and she was like, everything you said was so on point, and she started showing me like one of the things I said like, I believe you don't believe in like branding of clothing, like you just get whatever is comfy, and she was dressed super nicely, but then she started like, this was $1, this was lent from my cousin, like this I bought it on the second hand, like I'm exactly how you have been saying, and again like this was the first time we see each other, and it was weird for her, but for me it's like I do that a lot, like I
Mm.
read people fast, and that plus the feeling the auras, I feel I should do Reiki or something like that. But I haven't found like one that like. I feel like, oh, this is actual Reiki, because I've seen one that is like, yeah, $190 is one day. It's like in one day you don't learn that shit.
Mhm.
Don't fucking tell me it's one day. Yeah, in one day you get master Reiki diploma. It's like
Mhm.
scam. Like that is
Yeah.
impossible to get it in one day. Like don't fuck
Yeah.
with me like that. So I haven't found one that is like I trust this process.
Mm.
So that's why I believe I haven't started to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just gives you an example right there that there's something there to jump off of. Like you already have a gift. So,
Yeah, but I don't know how to train it. I would like to know how to train it. Like maybe you would like to know how to train your gift.
mhm. Yeah.
What do you want to do with your powers?
um
When I conquer the world, I want to hype people up, and the spirits is like, we told you.
Stop doing that.
They're done.
Oh my god, you always get into trouble. Like I'm a Taoist, so I feel like we're all connected like on Earth, like in a web of energy.
All right.
And it's really hard as a human living in the third dimension to like ascend.
I read about that. About the dimensions, about the seven dimensions of consciousness. You're talking about that.
Yeah,
I
but
read about it yesterday because of you.
yeah, there's also within those dimensions of consciousness, there are also like thousands of different dimensions within one. So it's like it's there's just so much going on, I feel. But what I want to do is just cleanse the energy that I have as much as possible, which is extremely hard to do when you're living in the human world. And
Yeah.
but so that everybody else, it can have a ripple effect, I guess.
Okay. Do you believe in witchcraft?
Yeah, for sure. Witchcraft is a thing.
Because like I have a friend, he's a santero. That is a witchcraft that is practiced in Venezuela. And I remember once, he said like when people curse, that's bad energy that attached to you. If you're in an environment that everybody's like, yeah, fuck, and you're a comic, so uh, a lot of bad energy just attached to you if you're in these kind of environments. And I remember I was with him. We were in his house near the beach, and we were going to visit some of his friends that they curse a lot. And usually when I get to his house, he just like put like some leaf around, and that's the way he cleanse the energy before you get into the house. But this day he was like, yeah, they curse a lot, so the plant is not gonna do it. So we need to go and get some fruit. So we went to a fruit vendor, and I was like, yeah, just buy me mine, and then I pay you. It's like, no, no, you gotta buy it with your own money.
Mm.
I bought an orange. He bought like an orange too, I believe. We went to his house. You gotta like put the fruit through all your body, and then we put it in plates with a candle in like a corner of the room at the sign at the corner. And I was like, this is so fucking stupid. This doesn't make any fucking sense. But whatever, his house, like it's his rules. I don't. I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna do this orange through the body thing. Next day, the two oranges were like fucking rotten. But like,
Oh wow.
and they were like perfect orange the day before. Next day, it was like rotten, like moldy as fuck. And I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, that's
From
wild.
that day, I was like, okay, I'll believe.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like he knew what he was doing.
No, no, he knew what he was doing. I was the one that is like a skeptic, but like through life, I believe a lot of things that has happened to me have opened my eyes to like, yeah, like we don't understand, like our vision as humans or like the average human is so limited. We don't
Hmm.
know so many things that are happening. Like if you talk to a regular person, like the seven dimension of consciousness, they're like, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
So how do you feel in this conversation that it's like I can express myself with someone?
Yeah, no, that's great. That's awesome. Thanks. I had no idea what we were going to talk about today, so I'm glad that we did this.
And you were like, "Oh, this fucking guy is gonna talk like, what do you think about dick jokes?" and then, no, like, and I did my research because, as you, I believe you, when you put your TikToks, you do research because you don't want to get into the place of like, yeah, I'm giving misinformation.
Hmm.
So I did research about all the topics about astral projection. That there's some people like that don't call it like that. It's OBE, like out of body
Oh
experiences.
God,
There's a fight with it
they
between them.
did, they made it woke.
Yeah, it's like it's OBE is like yeah, whatever you want.
Or-
Um, I did a one about reincarnation, and one of the stories that fascinated me was for some reason it was a guy from Australia. No, no, this is not sad. It was a guy from Australia that he's like, I don't know why, because I have never lived in the United States. I don't have any relationship with guns like they do, United States. But he was like, but I have this constant dream that I am like in a helicopter, we're going out, and then like through the headphones in the helicopter, they say like, no, we have to get back to help the other team. We go back, we jump from a rope, and then like it's like a cutscene to for fast forward, and he's like in line to get into a building, and then they all start going in line, and they separate. He goes up, one person shows and he killed that person, then he keeps going and he missed like a corner, and the corner he says like there was like a 15 years old guy with a machine gun and he just shot me.
Mm.
And my teammate, he just came and he shot him. And the last thing I remember is watching the walls, and there was like it was cracked, like the bullets went through me, and then like a little flashback of me like in a hospital bed, and then I wake up, and it's like I don't believe in any of this, but he shared this story, and this is on Reddit, so no one yet has found like, because sometimes they found it's like, oh yeah, there's a guy who died in this exact circumstance. No one has found it, but if you dream that many times and you have any relationship with that, there's something there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and last, I believe, last question for the regular episode that has been amazing. I would like to just keep it going for hours because this topic is amazing, and
It
usually
is
you don't have people
fun.
to talk about it.
Yeah, true.
Um, you know that recently they found a way to communicate through dreams. Do you show that story?
No.
Okay, they create a experiment that they put two people connected to like a machine to induce the vivid dreams,
Hmm.
and they give a message to one of them, and in the dream he put the message. I don't know how it works perfectly, but he basically tried to send the message to the other person. When they wake up, the other person knew the message.
Hmm.
So it's possible now
Yeah.
to send messages through dreams, which is wild because for us, like I believe for all this time, dreams is like, no, dreams is something like your brain makes for you. It's like movies, yeah. But now it's like, no, there's you can connect with people through dreams, and that's fucking wild
Yeah.
because they're gonna make it as a weapon.
Oh, for sure.
They're gonna like, okay, we're gonna get into the dreams of some people to show them.
Yeah, I think they're probably already doing that. Probably already doing it.
And with that, with the U.S. military using everything as a weapon, we're gonna end the episode. We're gonna go to the bonus content because you know what, and Luigi Mangione, I really want to talk about it, but I believe he's already been talked a lot. Healthcare is sucks and all of that. All yeah. We're gonna keep an eye on his, but I believe the bonus content is gonna be all about aliens because what the fuck. So adios. You have to say adios in Spanish.
Adios.
I like how you say adios. Adios.